Hello everyone, welcome. I will be streaming this afternoon also. I was just streaming this morning, like a few hours ago, but I was just delaying and starting a bit late, so I didn't have much time to do the streaming. So as I say, I'm just streaming again this afternoon, so we can have more time now and we can start modeling something bigger that takes longer. So just as a reference, this morning I was just starting this area, which is just in front of this house that we have in the map for a long time ago. You have here the town. So I was working in this area this week, all this area, the new one from this part. Let me just remove the trees to see easier. So this area, I was just working here with a new house and a new area for gameplay. And this is the town, and this is the way for the river. I'm planning to increase the map. As you see already, I was just creating a few more map, and this is the one for the manor house. So for that, what I was doing is the things that you see here, they're not completely finished, but just as you see, there's a few things here. I'm planning to connect also the river later with the longer part, and then I will just remove this wall in the future when this is already done. So what I'm trying to do is creating a small water around this area, and then I will just continue covering this one, which is not finished, but I will be doing in the future. It's just boring for the streaming. So creating all those fence here to close this small area, so it will be continuing this path here and then just going inside. So in this area I want to put the manor house, and what is needed is the manor house. So the house, I need to have a kind of grand layout. I was just taking this one as reference for the size of them, and I need to put also stables for horses and cows and things like that, and a small place for farming, and I need to create also a small chapel. So I have a few buildings I need to create inside of this area, so I was just checking if it's enough or not for some of them. In case that is not, I will just increase a bit on this area before, instead of just increasing this part. Of course I need to do something nicer, and I need to put all the vegetations, things like that. But instead of using the ones that I have already, this is just for reference that I was just using this one, but I don't want to use the one that I have already. So I would like to create custom buildings for each of the things that I need to have here, because it's supposed to be that all of them will be bigger than the one that we have here. So I mean, for example, the houses should be a bit bigger, or for example the granary or things like that should be bigger than the other buildings that you have exactly the same in the town. So for that, what I need to do is just create all of them for this area, and I was just using them for reference, so I will delete later. And I have already here the blender, so what I'm planning to do is just starting from this one, I will try to create the stables, or just a place for cows, horses and things like that, so some of the animals that they have. And I'm not sure about the size, but for example the one that I want to have so high is, oops, here I have, yeah, display here, screencast, should be at least, let's say, 3 meters high, but this is maybe the minimum that need to be for the animals, because for people it's like two of them, but maybe for horses could be good to have like 3. But even just talking about cows, maybe it's enough to have like 2 of them. So let's say the door is 2 meters, and the building need to be a bit more, so I will just try to do like 3 meters. Of course, it need to be bigger than the normal house, so the sides how high is this one, and I will try to do maybe like 6 meters or even more. I don't know, just having a few space that we can just check. So I'm just trying to use this small box already with the engine. I will put here to see how it's going with the size, as walking around, and yeah, just checking things like that before I'm just modeling a lot of things. So just the first thing is just creating the box. So let's see. Oops. Okay. 4 and 6. I think I have already a house with this size. Anyway. let's try to find the right size for them. On messes, buildings, would create here manor, because I'm just planning to have here a few different buildings. So combine messes, loads, everything. Okay, fine. What's happening? It's just a box. Okay, finally. So the only thing I want to do is just put there and try to find a walk around and see what is happening. I think that this is quite small. Let's just walk. Okay. Height is fine for building, I think. That's fine, but that's a bit small. Maybe just larger would be fine enough. Since not much when just going in box, but we are just creating something to go inside, you see that there are a lot of space. So for example, this one comparing with this, oops, the granary here, you can see that this is more or less the same size. So yeah, definitely I need to create something bigger, and much bigger, because there is not much space here, so you can walk inside and you will see what I'm talking about. Hello. Okay, and you can see that there is not a lot of space, so even from outside seems enough. Could be enough maybe for building like a house, but not for if you are planning to put them some cows, horses, things like that. So this is definitely small. First thing that I'm doing is just increasing this one to 6, so it's deeper, and this one is probably like 10. Let's try again. That's important, trying to find the right size. Not that we are working on it. Re-import. There is something. Yeah, maybe the only thing is just the UV, but I think that by default I have the UV already done. Because I don't know, it's taking so long for really nothing. Yeah, I have read this one, so even just doesn't matter. But I have even already the UV done. So that's strange. Why it's taking so long for just cube? Well, it takes maybe like 10 seconds, 15 seconds just to import one cube. 16 seconds to import this one for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, let's move to this level. It's also here. So this one is a bit longer and bigger. Of course, we need to create like a roof, and when the roof will be high, and that's not a problem. So maybe I will just do something smaller here. So 1/5 is enough just to cross, and the rest will be just the roof. So yeah, this is something smaller. Okay. Yeah, it takes 20 seconds for one cube. Okay, yeah, there's something strange here. Anyway, So if I'm just comparing with the guy, let's add here just character to have this size. So you can see that the door should be enough like that, and the rest will be just where the roof is starting. So for that I think it's fine. Think about the horse could be so long like this one, so like 2 meters or 2-3 meters, not much. So being inside will be completely different, but I mean comparing with the sides it's just fine. And also the door that I'm doing should be, usually I do the doors with 1 meter, which is enough for people, but for kind of animals I will do like maybe 150. So 2 of them, they are 3 meters, and the stem, oops. So using this one as a reference for see everything as a reference, I will just try to do a few cuts, and so I can just create. So let's say that this one will be, and then what we need to do is moving this one to 2 meters. So let's say this is one of the door and this is another door, but need to be of course adjusted to the right distance. So this is minus 3.5 and this one needs to be minus 2. So this is 150 for the door, and that's exactly saying 3.5 and then 2. Probably I could use the use the mirror, but yeah, at the moment could be just fine. So let's use the mirror. Oops, here, and then faces, and the faces. I'm just using the mirror. We don't need to work in both. Mirror here, sorry. Okay, so we have this already. Everything is duplicated. So let's remove this. So this is our door here. What we need to do is initially creating all the sticks to have everything duplicated. In the case of the sticks, I think that we can use also mirror, but both ways. Okay, so let's create a new cube. Oops. I don't know. And this cube will be the wood that we have. So we'll just move here, and for that, in that case, what I want to do is create already something that I can use, for example, for many times. So this first thing is mark sim, so we have something that we can let's say duplicate, and we have all of them ready for the UV, so we don't need to create manually later in case that we are replacing a lot of them. So for that, what we need to do is, let's say the stick has 0.1, 0.1, and this is probably not enough. So think about like this. I think we need to do something stronger. So what we need to do is maybe 115, 115. That doesn't matter right now. Maybe something like that for supporting the wall structure. Could be fine. This is important. I'm just duplicating all of them many times, so that's why I'm trying to have something that is working. In that case, I'm not using usually in all the buildings, but in that case I would like to have more variation, because for some reason all the buildings are really square, and I'm trying to do maybe a few variations about this, so it could be just fine. But the thing is, the first I need to have something as a reference for that. So let's say just keeping this one as a reference so I can duplicate at any time. Okay, so yeah, duplicate, and now we can already do all the cuts that I'm just planning to do. So let's say like that, just to have a few variations on it and not being completely squares, which in the end is not much, but you can see probably when everything is just too square. So okay, we have here this that we can duplicate all the time, like for example right now I can just take this, duplicate, and then rotate X 19, and we can use as on the top. This one need to be a bit bigger on X, so I will just create something like that. Also, it's good to have supposed to be supporting the good here, and also it's just avoiding the zeta fighting that we can have with the faces there exactly matching. So that's good to have something a bit different. And in that case, we need to create also the caps or the faces that are just being on the top, so you can see them. So let me just try this. F, and we need also to create the cuts for the UV. I will probably also redo this one a few times, so that's good to have. Okay, so let's say we have this kind of door. Need to have also here a cut. Well, in that case would be almost okay in the middle. Okay, and we can add later all the details for everything like that. Yeah, this is one need to have also the mirror modifiers, so we are doing exactly the same in both of them. After that, I'm just applying this mirror and then modifying again a few details on it, so we don't have exactly duplicate, but not to do everything again. I'm just applying this mirror and then introducing a few variations on both sides, not having all of them the same. So the next thing that we can do is maybe creating the main structure to support the wall building. This is just being something like that, and this one I think need to be a bit bigger. It's supposed to be the main sticks that are supporting the wall structure. So I will do something like scale, not set them a bit more, and now this one needs to be at 3 meters as we did with the roof. Sorry, 2.5 we have modified later. Okay, so this is the one that we are using as supporting the wall structure, and of course we need to create a few more here to supporting the wall building. I think that's this one easy because we just need to duplicate and then move to 0. In that case, when we are applying this mirror, we will have duplicate vertices that we can remove. I hope we are not forgetting about this. Checking about the distance, you see here, for example, I could create maybe not this one in the middle, but let's move to 1 meter. Oops. Sorry. What is happening here? Is the scale rotation, everything's fine? So okay, now it is okay. Yeah, I was afraid that something's happening with the scale. Okay, so let's say we have here for supporting the wall structure. Yeah, we could just maybe use this another mirror here, so we can move later from this one, or just keep the main state that we have. And we need to create also on this side, so we need to create Control D. Well, we can use this one, which will be easier. So if you have kind of 3 meters here, I will see 3 of them, so it's like, okay, 150 could be here, and then duplicate again, and this one will be at 0. Of course, all things are duplicated. So I'm just trying to complete all the wall structure that you could be or should have having on all around for this. And after we need to cross them as usual, but okay, so I will take this one, I will create something smaller because this is the one that is being scale but not setup. Okay, and this is planning to be rotating on E, so we could have something like that. To extend this one and not just trying to be going back to be just straight, what I'm doing is just creating a face here using the normal, and then you can just move as much as you want. When this one is kind of matching, what I'm doing is just deleting the face, and I do the same here. So here, face, and then go to the button and then delete the face. Hola, sí, si quieres preguntar en cualquiera de los 3 idiomas, puedes hacerlo, y si quieres que te conteste en alguno de los 3, el que tú elijas. Pero por defecto hago los streaming en inglés, porque soy español. So just continuing with this one, we need to also add this one. So that's the one that I'm just duplicating, and we need to rotate E. I think it's 90. Oh, sorry. Then, okay. Let's say something like that. But we need to move here. And seems to me that is not exactly the same size. Bueno, no está mal, podría ser peor. ¿Y de inglés? ¿Qué palabra sabes? ¿Hamburguesa y astronauta? Ok. Just to be sure that this is matching with the floor, I'm just selecting all of them. Forget about this. Okay, and then just moving to minus 0.2. So we are completely sure that it's just matching with the terrain. Okay, we need to add here also a few cuts to do something more interesting. So we'll just create something like that. In this case, we need to delete them. Okay. Another cut here. Well, in that case, will be hard to move. Let's set the global, and let's use. Okay. Okay, finally. Pero si tienes preguntas o has visto el proyecto antes, no sé si has visto algo, has visto algún vídeo o alguna cosa, me lo dices, ¿eh? Right now what I'm doing is let me show you. Have you seen the project or never? This is the first time here. Let me say a few things because I don't have much RAM and I'm afraid that something is breaking. Okay, so the thing is, you have here the town and a few buildings here, and this is the way to go to a new area, because right now everything is happening close here, but I'm planning to open this in the future. So this is the new area. I'm planning to put here the manor house. For the manor house I need a few buildings, and I'm planning to create a new ones because I was using them for reference, but there are few buildings I have been using in the town, or for something generally planning to use in the castle. So it's just for reference, and I will delete later. I will create completely new buildings for that. One of them that I need to create is kind of stables where we're planning to put their horses and cows and everything like that. So this is the building, the first building that I'm creating, and I will be creating like many of them with plaster here, walls, and wooden structure all around. So you can see there are a few buildings that I did already. All of them are almost the same, but different figures, different things. So for example, this is the water mill, or I was creating small house here. I was creating also the big house with a few details and a few buildings that have been a bit different. But you see some of them, or for example this area also with different buildings, but all of them are just sharing the same kind of structure. This is focused on 13th century in the game, so I'm just trying to use the same materials and the same things. So the idea is just creating a new one, a new buildings, and this is the one that I was using already, so I don't want to really use the same. It's supposed to be that the house of the manor should be bigger, better, more space and things like that. So right now what I'm doing is trying to do, let's say, the stables for cows or things like that. I don't know, just trying to do something. Yeah, and then I will just improve a bit later, creating for example the roof and things like that. It takes a bit of time, like maybe a couple of hours or even more for any building, but yeah, that's fine. Have you seen the project before, or maybe have you seen videos, pictures, any other thing? Because right now this is something really not so nice, being completely empty. I mean, it's just much nicer when I'm working on, for example here, doing a few things, or for example the church or things like that. And all the buildings you can go inside of every building, so that's why I'm working a bit on buildings that takes a bit of time creating everything. So you can go to any building, I mean any building, so you can go also in the chart, and you can go, for example, you have the roof, and you can also go to the tower, or any building that you see here. You can go there, like 2 floors, so you have rooms here, floors and everything. So buildings are real building, not just fake. Or for example here you have the water mill, and you have all the structures, everything is working inside. I'm moving during the game, of course, but it's not hard. So you have a lot of buildings. Well, all of them are exactly the same, so any building that you see, you can really go inside and walk, and all the things that are there. So this takes not only the time to modeling, but also about the proxies and calculating very well, for example, the windows size of the doors and things like that. And all the windows and doors are interactive, so you can open and close all of them, and many other things. So that's why the first thing that I'm doing is just creating like the main box with everything, and then just adding a few more things each iteration. All of them are blueprints, and they have a lot of things, like for example controlling the lighting, controlling the windows and doors during the day, because you have 24-hour cycle. So it's controlling a few things like that. For example, controlling the sounds that you have outside or inside. You have different sounds and the volume of the sound that you have, and a few more things. So the kind of the building is just controlling a lot of things, like for example having the doors closed or locked and during nights or things like that. So yeah, initially what I'm doing is just the kind of box for that, and I will just include later the gameplay, or let's say the logic for every house. So unwrapping, and I need to rotate all of them, so yeah, okay. And rotate is 90. What I'm using for the for texturing everything is something really fast, because what I'm doing is just generic texture and using this node, what is called this world space. I'm not worrying about the size of the UVs, but I'm just duplicating all my textures are tileable, so I can reuse them, and this is really easy and fast. You will see now this is new here, and then I will use this wood. Oh, that's great. Thank you for them, of course. I'm just trying to help them because they have been starting with Unreal Engine later than me. That's all. That's the only difference, is that they are starting with later, and they will take some time to understand or see everything. So that's why I did already, and I'm just trying to help them. Also, I'm doing the world game everything, so I have a better view for everything and how the things are being connected. So that's why sometimes there are a bit lost. For example, if Robert is doing something, they don't know exactly how they did on the model, or for example how the code is working all together. So sometimes they are a bit lost about this, that they don't know exactly what the other one is doing, exactly how everything works. Okay, so let's try to improve again here. So you have any question about optimization? I don't know about the vegetation, the lighting, I don't know, cool distance, load, everything. Just let me know. Okay. So now, for example, for texturing, what I'm doing is just using generic materials, which is going much faster. Well, the walls need to be so this is the wood here, and I will use, for example, wood 2 for okay, so that's fine. And this is plaster, so I will use plaster WS, which means workspace, and that's all. I don't need to really take care about the size of the UVs, orientation, or things like that. So that's all. And I have already kind of texturing this building, so that's all. And this is our building already. Of course, there are no proxies or anything. Just let's walk around and we see how big it is. I think it's fine, because I was already trying or just checked about the white boxing, and that's fine. Did you create it? Yes, it's creating the, I think it's creating by default the player collision. Yeah, exactly, so that's why I cannot go there. So I will create mine. And will be box, and I will call this UBX, and then walls, and faces. This is something really easy to do, always a bit tedious when you have a lot of them, because for example, as you can see or you can imagine, that the charge is not so easy, having like 60 or maybe 70 proxies, 70 boxes. Oh, that's cool. So if you have any question, or you want to know more about any of the things that you are maybe planning to study or use, just let me know. Even some maybe kind of stupid question as you see, so yeah, that's so noob, that's fine also. I had the same question some time ago, so don't worry about this. And if you have any questions, just let me know. When you know everything is so simple, so easy, so there is no kind of stupid question, or if you are from other side, you say everything is stupid, you know already, so don't worry about this. If you have never seen this project, or even the game or the engine, or you know how game engine is working, just let me know, not a problem. And now, hello. That is something that's happening when you are just trying to re-import. It's just collision again. So okay, so I'm creating re-importing this, and how to generate collision. What is happening? I think I need to remove what is already done. But that's good, because sometimes you have a lot of instances already, you will have problems with that. But then just removing the one that I have as kind of testing and re-importing again is not a problem. So first thing is just delete the collision. So remove collision and then re-import, and should be taking mine. Yeah, sometimes it's not going well with this re-import. For example, for the UV also you have a few problems, or vertex color even saying that you need to retake this one, but this is not. So as you see, it is not working. So what I'm doing is quite easy: delete and delete this one. The only thing I need to assign again the materials for that, but I hope this is just taking properly done this time. So import, okay, let's take this again. This is good dose for plaster. Well, the thing is, this is a question that a lot of people is just asking. Not being talking about what is better, because it's not my idea, and I never used, for example, 3D Studio or Maya. I didn't use them really. I didn't use them, and I was using Blender because I'm programmer. So mainly I'm a coder, so I need kind of tool to modeling also. So okay, I'm modeling. It's fine. You have seen I have done a lot of things. That you can see everything that you see around. I was just modeling all the props, everything like that. And for me, Blender is fine. I'm not using any plugin or any other thing. I was also working with some open source code. Hello, Rekyusu. And I was just helping with this Python plugins and things like that, so I know very well Blender. And for me, it's working fine. So everything that I need to do is just fine, you know. But exactly, that's the thing. If you want to work professionally, Blender is not being in use at all. So you need to learn Maya or 3 Max. Of course, you are trying to do ZBrush for organic. This is the only thing. So this is the only thing that you need to learn. You need to learn. If you like or not, this is a completely different question. Hello, Guillem. So yeah, the thing is, doesn't matter what is better or what you like more, but you want to work as 3D artist, as career, you need to learn Maya and 3D Max, and that's all. So after this point, we are discussing about what is better, what you like more, less, things like that. Is completely irrelevant. You need to learn both of them because they are the tools that they are using for professional people. That's all. Only one, better two of them, or maybe three of them. That's all. So there is no question about what is better, what you like more, or things like that. Doesn't matter. You want to work with them, you need to use them. You are just modeling at home, so it's just as for fun as I'm doing. I'm not planning to be, you know, a 3D artist career or something. So choose the one that you like more. For me, Blender is fine. I don't need to take cracks or just downloading or registering any place, things like that. It's just open source, download and use it. I don't need to take care about this. This is working, for example, also in Linux, that I like also being in Linux most of the time. So for me, it's just fine. I enjoy, and that's all. If you are planning to work, you know what you need to do. If you are not planning to work with this, up to you. Try 3 of them. What you like more, continue with this one. yeah, it's just if you are doing for fun, I'm doing for fun. So yeah, what I like more, I'm doing. If I don't like, let's say for example, if I don't like Blender, I don't need to use this one. I will just change to another one. But if I like, that's fine. Well, if I feel like it's missing a lot of features that I cannot use and it's exploring for me, or it's being slow or things like that, but this is not. So I don't feel that I really need to change. You know? So I don't need to change about this. As I say, I'm not a 3D artist, so any other one can be maybe explaining which is better, why not. If they are paying using another one, I'm not. I'm only using Blender. For me, it's fine. What I need to do, I can do that. I didn't find any problem. I'm not planning to move. That's stupid to learn a new program when it is working fine for me. But it doesn't matter about you. I mean, if you want to work professionally, you know, you need to know the another one. If you are just doing at home, okay, Blender is fine. So yeah, it's not what is better or what you like more. You know, it's not exactly about this. So okay, what we can do is I think the walls, we can work a bit on walls. So delete those faces, and what I'm doing is creating hide this, and just being easier I will just merge a few vertices. Eh, eh, eh. Okay, it's easier. So what we need to do is well, I don't need this, I don't need this. Oops, forgot about merging. Oops. So yeah, up to you. Choose the one that you like. It really up to you. Okay, that's better. Reduce now the numbers and then just duplicate this one and scaling. Or yeah, instead of doing that, what I will do is just moving this one to, I don't know, minus 0.1. Hello, what's happening here? What's happening here? What's this face? I think that this is just taking. Okay, duplicating this. Okay, so I will do one by one. Oops. What is this face? There's something wrong here. Removables. Okay. Well, in that case, up to you, the one that you want. If you have this student license, you can start already. If you are not planning to be 3D artist, well, just the one that you want. There are a lot of hundreds of videos, tutorials and everything for all of them, because I have been there for many years already, so yeah, there's nothing that okay, now it's fine, and I will do the same with this. Control D, okay, X 0.1, and the last thing is just create here a face GE minus 0.1. Okay, oops, and recalculate the normals. That's to be properly done. Okay, just checking the normals. Oops, for some reason the interiors are not properly done, so we need to invert them. Flip direction, now it's fine, and hide the normals. So we have the faces here, should be fine to have unwrapping. We have the walls and we have the good at this time, and what we need to do is maybe creating something inside of this structure. Yeah, maybe here also we are missing. Here this structure will be, oops, this one, and what about this? Missing here a cut for some. Okay, but we have always this that we're just keeping here for that reason. So we can just try to have this, reduce a bit, and then rotate on X. Oops, what is this? Well, Photoshop, I mean, everybody's using, but you see the real good people, for example, is just painting or doing good things. So it's not like everybody knows about this. But anyway, there are more people on web development, but there is always that you need such people, you know. So don't worry if people is using it or they know about this. They are also using, for example, Unity, but doesn't matter if there are a lot of people or not. And we need F, and they will use the normal direction, so it's just easy. And then delete the face. And adding a cut here. Global. Well, you're lucky. I mean, you can just try everything that you want. So you can start, for example, trying with 3D. You can try with game engines. I don't know, web you like, or maybe mobile development. I don't know, the one that you want. You have hundreds of videos, tutorials, documents, everything. So you are really lucky. Think about people where they were starting, trying to find the way for computers, and they don't have internet at home, which is not 100 years ago. I mean, there are some people, or if you are talking about mobile development, it's quite cool, but it was maybe 10 years ago or more, but not 20 years ago. So people was just learning about this not so long time ago. Okay, and now this. And I will do the same. Rotate on X. Oops. And normal here. You can more or less change at any time. Okay, and global here, and then rotate X again. Okay, oops, it's not matching the wall. Now it is. And then some variation. Okay, unwrapping. Let's export and see how are we going. For some reason it's taking really long to import this one. I don't know why. Okay. How it looks if we are walking. Gracias, Dani. ¿No estabas ya de followers? Yo creo que sí, ¿no? ¿Dónde está tu zombie? Creo que te mereces un zombie, ¿eh? ¿No sale? Habrá un poco de delay. ¿Por qué no funciona? Tengo un overlay también con los follow y parece que no sale. No sé si ha salido, yo creo que no ha salido. A ver si es que tengo mucho delay. No lo sé. Bueno, la memoria como siempre. Tengo aquí mi Streamlabs. No funciona. Qué lástima. No has tenido tu zombie. Uy, uy, uy. Bueno, lo siento. Te debo un zombie. I think we can apply already and remove all the things that we have duplicated, for example, here, and then creating something nice, because I'm not planning to put also here a door. So I will just apply already this wood here, apply. And for that, what we need to do is just remove what is not needed. So this one, this is not needed. Oops. Faces, of course, them. I will keep only one as reference still. And we have also duplicated here, just to be sure that we don't have duplicated vertices also. Doubles, 8 of them. Okay, fine. Faces that we don't need. This one. Oops. What's happening here? For some reason was deleting not everything. Okay, faces, and one more. I think that's all, and we need to create, of course, new ones here, completing this part, this area. So duplicate this, and we have enough space for that, or what can we do? I don't know. I will just keep this here, and I will duplicate this. I'm trying to find the structure. Well, not really. I have been working for almost a year, so it will be maybe 11 months already. But the thing is that I was learning at the same time Unreal Engine, so I was spending a lot of time initially, for example, learning how things are going and the menus and the options that you have and a few things like that. But this is not completely new about the game development, because I was creating another game before, so I know about loads, renderings and things like that. I already know about this, but I was just learning Unreal Engine at the same time and still learning. So there are a few times that I have found, for example, a new nodes that I didn't know that you have this option, for example, and I'm refactoring the code that I was doing in the past, and a few things, a few blueprints that I did already, they are pretty bad and should just refactor completely, but I was doing at the time that I didn't know that I have more options or I can do things like this. So yeah, this is something that is bad, but well, I have a lot of things to do before I'm just refactoring. But yeah, no, less than a year. Anyway, it's really a lot, but I was spending a lot of hours, really a lot of them. I really like it. I like what I'm doing, but yeah, I agree that it was really a lot of hours. Maybe I can just duplicate this and then just rotate on X. But yeah, anyway, doing a game is just taking years, so not planning to finish soon. Music. Take this face, normal, and this is why. So delete face. I don't know, I'm trying to create something here that could be interesting. And we need to create also all the roof. So this is one of them, and then I will just move here, for example, and let me see how I was creating this. So this is one of the ways, and then this one. Okay. And then again another stick, for example this. And now this. Okay, and we are not far already. Okay, and one of them just crossing, for example this one. What is happening? Why I cannot select this one? Is it just face? No. Pooh. Okay, I hope there's only one. Also this, for some reason, I don't know. And faces here. What about the rest? Seems fine. Yeah, exactly. Full time, all the day, and wait. To the center, save. Really a lot of hours. You can just check on this on YouTube channel. You can see a lot of videos, not everything there, of course, because for example, today I'm doing 2 times because this morning I didn't have much time to do the streaming, so it was really short. But usually I'm doing 2 hours a day during streaming, and the rest of the time I'm doing a lot of things like coding or learning new things, or just doing boring things, tedious, that is so repetitive, for example. But you see that in the YouTube channel, doing like that, like a couple of hours of streaming and maybe a few more hours working out of the camera, you have only on YouTube like maybe 300 hours. So you can think easily that more than 1000 hours, or maybe even more, or 2000 hours, because all the time that I'm just learning, I'm not just streaming at the same time, checking tutorials or things like that. So yeah, really a lot of hours. But yeah, most of the people is just spending really a lot of time. I'm not playing, so that's good. But I'm not spending any time playing. Well, I cannot play. I have a laptop, so the games are not working here, which is not bad. So I can spend more time doing a game than playing them. Oh, no worries. That's as you say. For example, people playing Overwatch, they have like 500 followers, things like that. That's fine. I understand that I'm not so popular, and also about what are you doing, it takes really long. I mean, a game is not doing in a couple of months, so it takes years, and people is just boring watching others doing something like small house that takes really 3 hours, 5 hours to do one single house. So they are not really interested on so small or so slow process. So I understand, that's fine. I understand what I think. So I understand that doing a game is not like a so popular things, and Twitch is more popular in the last time. All the people is coming from YouTube, you know, that they are really boring about the YouTube politics, so they are just moving and then bringing a lot of people. Twitch is also working hard to help people streaming and things like that, giving a lot of tools and new things, so that's really cool. But I see that only in the last time a lot of people is coming to Twitch. In the past was not so popular, not much people really watching, for example, game development. So that's really good. But the past was not much, so that's why having 100 followers means a lot. You know, it's not so easy as it seems. Just something like that. Face. Yeah, people want to play the game finally and not just watching during hours how a guy is just doing things. But most of them, they don't understand what is happening exactly. So okay, so I think we have all of them. Just to be sure, I will hide while. So yes, well, it's not this part. So here, just in front, we don't have. This is global. I really don't know what to do here because there's not much space. So there's not much that I can do. I will do something simple. Most of the people is just coming is because of course they want to do a game, or even they have just questions about how to do a few things, which is fine, I like it. But yeah, it's you see that not gamers are coming, and people coming here is not interested on your game, let's say. You know, it's just they have questions, and this is faster and easier than being maybe in a forum or things like that. But they are not really interested on your game, and they don't ask any question about the games. That's fine. I mean, I enjoy talking with people, and for example, you were asking about Blender, so I like this. But I see that the people is not coming because they are interested on my game or exactly this game, but just about, for example, game development, which is the category that I'm just streaming. So that's good. That's fine. I think just for I would like to maybe increase this. Okay. In that case, I don't need to create another one, so I'm just doing like that, and should be helping. Okay. I'm wrapping, and what I need to do. Oops, we have problem here with some of them. Yeah, and it's not only about game development, because a lot of people, for example, play music or just drawing, doing a 3D digital art, a lot of things that nobody's just watching them. In the end, we are kind of watching each other, you know. Yeah, this is a creative category. So this is like playing games, gameplay, and there is only one category for creative. In fact, it's just kind of community, so you don't have subcategories. For example, this game development is just creative. This is the only category that we have, and under this you are just streaming on communities, which is not exactly like category. So if you are like looking for kind of index for game development, you don't have this. You have only creative, and under that you need to find the category that you are trying to find for some reason. So yeah, we don't have any other categories. This is just creative, which is fine because it's kind of art. That's fine. I mean, I'm not playing a game, so I'm not. This is not playing a game. That is creative, something from zero, so it's something new. Let me see where the problem is. We have a problem with this face. Where is this face? I see that we forgot to delete all of them that we have duplicated. So this faces, and now unwrapping exactly. Rotate 90, and the only one that we need is this, but okay, island, both of them. Okay, yeah. That's fine. At least we have kind of Twitch and category, and this is not only gameplays, and that's all. So they give you the option to create something, and paying also there, because I was starting streaming on YouTube, but yeah, more than 1 year ago, and of course you don't have any category there, and it's almost impossible that people is finding you, only if they know you, and yeah, that's all, because you have this YouTube gaming, but yeah, but you need to have like a company or publisher, or at least this wiki page and things like that, so they are just adding your game, but in that case it means nothing, because you don't have a game that you can play. So this YouTube gaming with all the categories and things like that is almost impossible to find you there, because you are creating a new one that doesn't exist yet. Yeah, so at least Twitch have this kind of category creative, and you can find people there. Okay, so more or less this is the oops, sorry, this one is broken, but the rest is fine. Okay, so where is the one that is broken? Let me recalculate, maybe recalculating the faces, because I cannot see which is the one that is broken. Supposed to be this. Oh, how to save it? Thank you. As you can see, I have like a 3 person in the chat, 3, 4. Checking any random Overwatch player, you can see like maybe 20, 50. Okay, so where the problem is? It's here, sorry. So the problem is, I see. Okay. So this one, I was probably deleting the one that is not in here. I will just duplicate any of them. Will be faster. Okay, and then oops. Control invert. Okay. That's fine. It's the problem if you are trying to make money with this and you are just streaming for kind of people, you know, the only thing is if they are watching me or not, or you are just enjoying what are you doing and just selling with sharing with people, and not really doing for you, and then I'm afraid that people is not watching me or things like that. I'm just doing enjoying, and I hope that people is also enjoying, and that's all. So it's not really a big problem having 100 of them or not. Of course, I don't have any money. I'm not receiving any money for people paying here or having more or less viewers. So I don't really worry about this. But I'm most worried about that the people is coming. These 3 guys or 4 guys, they really enjoy what I'm doing, or we can share about knowledge, more than having, I don't know, 50 guys watching me playing and they are not even saying hello in the chat. So that's fine. I think that we need something here. If you check on the map, you see that this is not much, especially this is the last one, or plan to be the one supporting the wall. So maybe we'll create a small one, and I don't know, maybe another one here, because we need to create also the wall structure with all the roof. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't worry about a lot of people or not. I mean, I would like to have more people sharing, talking with them, but I said I prefer to have 5 of them talking in the chat than maybe 50 not saying anything. Okay, I will create something small. Okay, this one. Rotate X. I'm afraid that this one is not enough. I'm having problem with the fighting here, so I will just increase this one. Yeah, exactly. There are some people that they are just doing, let's say, for example, a couple of days just streaming the game that they are doing, and the rest of the day they are just playing games. So they have really much more followers. But the thing is, that's fine, of course, good idea. But the thing is, you have a lot of people that is watching you because you are playing, and then you are streaming game dev that maybe they are not interesting. And the opposite one, some people is coming here to join when you are, for example, modeling or doing your game, and then some days you are just playing. So it's like so this audience, if you are trying to be focused on something or just trying to be doing more. In my case, I'm only doing this when I'm not playing, so people coming here is just for game development for sure, because I'm not playing anything. Okay. Yeah, people is doing that, but as I say, like, I'm not really worried. Or for example, I'm not planning to play to take more people here. I prefer to do, I don't know, any other things, and maybe sharing with other, or just helping in other chats, or I don't know, a few more things like that, instead of just trying to take this kind of people that maybe they are not interested on your game at all, or what are you doing on the at the beginning of playing is not the same like game development. So not really. And I think that the easiest way will be duplicating them, rotate at 180, and then just move here. Oops. I think nobody can notice this. Being honest, this is messing all the time here, so I will just move to here. Okay, now let's try again. Unwrapping, rotate, export. Well, I know this game. Yeah, I never played this one. I was watching a few videos. Yeah, I know this game, of course. There's one of them, like, not having any combat there, and you need to convince the bosses from any level, which is a really good idea. But it has kind of a lot of dialogues for most of the people, so they are not planning to read too much, and they prefer to do a combat directly without a story or reading or any other thing. Okay, looks nice, not bad. And the size is also fine. Yeah, when I put the roof, you will see that it's not so big as it seems. Mhm. And I will create a new cube with all the things again. Oh, well, I can just take this one as reference. So duplicate, pair, selection, and I have ready any one. I will use also here the modifier mirror, both of them. This will be really much easier. Well, I will keep this one as reference also. So I will start duplicating this and creating the main roof. Needs to be a bit bigger. So we need to create this one. So this is going to 0. And since to me it need to be even bigger. Because we need to cover not only the wall and also all the sticks that we have. So it will be not X, and this is already covering all the wall and all the sticks. We need to create here face, and directly I will create some seams. So what we need to do is just create this and a few more. So I think that the right, and I will move the right to the top. No, constant X minus 0.25. Sorry. E. Okay, so -1. Perfect. Or maybe this is too much. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meters, so I can do -1.5. But in that case, of course, we need to use less. This is not matching. Yeah. Okay, I will keep this way. And we need to maybe support. I'm thinking how to create this one, how to create all the roof. I can just check how I did any other. For example, this one. I was creating all the sticks here. I see. Okay. Yeah, can be easier if I'm doing this smaller here to be inside, but then I'm using a big one covering all of them, and this the face, and I need to have this one a bit higher, kind of resting on this big one that I'm planning to put there. I need to be matching. like that. And the next thing is just creating something that is going on this way. So just take this, duplicate, make something, oops, something smaller, and then rotate on E. But of course this one need to match global. I think we could try to extend this. Take again the normal face. Trying to match here. We can remove later the one that we are missing. In fact, it's not needed too much, because I will just create something that is matching with this. All of them supposed to be something here. I like to have good kind of architecture supporting the roof is supporting itself as it should be. Well, it's just I was reading about forum about motivation, that people say like you need to be motivated working on it and things like that, and most of the people say that you don't really need motivation. What you need to have is discipline, because when you are not motivated you also need to work. So what is happening is you are not motivated, you know. You have a problem. But if you have discipline, you will be working when you are motivated or not, and that's all. So for example, if I want to finish this game that I'm doing, you know, is okay, keep working every day if you want or you don't want. Maybe the future will be better. There are a few parts that you really don't want to do, they are so boring, but there are other parts that is nice to do or completely it's fun, but not everything. So what you need to have is discipline enough to do what you like to do, and also the part that you like much, and at least finish everything that you are starting. So for that, what you need is just being constant. So being good or bad, this is something nice about art, for example, or being creative. But in the end, what you need to do is working every day. If I was doing this game, good or bad, I mean, all the things that I did is because I was spending time there. Just sit in front, put there, and even if you don't want or you don't have any idea, sit in front and just let's see how the time is passing, and then you will have some idea and you will start doing things. You know, of course you can choose between, okay, I don't want to do today this part, for example, and then choose another one if you like more. But in the end, there are parts that you never want to do, but you need to do that. You know, what is happening if I don't know, I have a bug in some of the blueprints? What can I do? You know, sooner or later I need to face this problem and try to solve this, even if I don't want. So you need to be constant and working on it. That's the main thing. Of course, you need to be creative. You have in your hand or in your head the idea to do something, and the clear ideas, and then go for it. But yeah, but you are not constant working every day. Doesn't matter. I see most of the time all the streamings for game development. The subject of the streaming, the name that they put there is like my first game, day one. You know, so just as you can see this one so many times that they just start only one single day, because this is something big and making a game takes really a lot of time. And yeah, I will put here because this is only one. Rotate x90. So you think that, for example, like yeah, learning, for example, now Blender or doing games fine, or people have been doing this one for 20 years or 30 years? Do you think it's so passionate and there are nothing that is really boring for them if they are doing every single day exactly the same? Of course they are. There are some days that you don't want to do everything, and some days is fine. And this is why what you need is, you know, being constant, working on it, even if you don't want to do much. Sundays, you know, that's all. So being good or bad, the difference is people that is finishing what they starting or not. Okay, and now what we need to do is just 0 E and scale on E. Yeah, exactly. So there are good ideas. You need a good idea and then working for it. Yeah, that's good. But only ideas means nothing. Working with other ideas means nothing. Everything needs to be together. But in the end, the idea you have is like a couple of days, and then you need like 1 month to achieve this one. So if you compare with this, mainly this is a lot of work. This is sim. Oops. F. What is my sim? I think my mouse is not having enough battery. This is working quite bad. I will create here maybe 3. Okay. 3 cuts just to have some variation, and I want to duplicate this. So D and X will be just minus X. So that's why, for example, doing again is not so how to say, so interesting every single minute. You know, there are a lot of tasks that are really bit boring or just repeating all the time. As you are maybe coming here, you see that I have a few houses. Okay, it's nice, but I did those houses, which are maybe 10 of them, more or less are exactly the same for all of them. So in the end, it's just, well, the same. I like them. I like to, you know, doing, for example, here doing a new one. This is nice. But yeah, in the end it's just more or less. Global one. Oops. Yeah, that's a small problem. That's not a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, the mouse is almost not working. I have a problem with the battery. I think I will do tonight with the battery later. Okay, a new one. And yeah, maybe the wood is not going well, especially for this one. Do I have the material? Yes. What we need to do also is creating, I think one plane is enough. Okay, let's play. Hi Torines. Thank you. Yeah, the trailer is just walkthrough, but I don't have any gameplay video at the moment. I'm doing here most of the time. People are just asking, just playing and doing a few mechanics, so that's fine. No problem, but you don't have gameplay there. And yeah, so many hours. We were talking about this today, that maybe 1000 hours. I have been for a year, almost a year already working on it. So yeah, it's a lot of them. I'm creating a few buildings for the manor house, all this manor area. Let me show you with, oops. I'm just creating a new area here in the map for all the manor house, all those things. I'm creating stables for uh, horses, cows, and things like that. So creating this at the moment, and this is continuing from the town that at the moment is just closed because I didn't have all those areas. You see, it's completely empty. So I was just creating something new. But the town that you have seen is here. This is the one that you have seen in the video. But even in the video, it's not much. So you are just passing on this way. But you have also, for example, this area already. If you have been checking for some pictures that I have on my website or even Twitter, you have a lot of pictures there. And there is also, for example, the chart. You can go also inside, but you cannot see in the video, or all the buildings that you are seeing here. Buildings inside. You have all this area also with the farms that you cannot see also in the video because it's just not having enough. And a few areas, new ones that I was creating. For example, this week I was creating during on the streamings also this small area here. I didn't have time to add gameplay yet, so the video is starting from this point, I think. So you cannot see, for example, this area or path trails that you have here in the forest. So there are much more things that I did already that the only the video, but this is just small short video there with more or less everything, but not really. And also the quality is quite bad for just YouTube. There is a lot of vegetation, and even recording this one like 4K and 60 frames per second, it's just no grass. If you are just playing here, you can see the grass is just much better than the one that you have in the video. For example, just go here. Yeah, in the video it's nothing. I mean, it's just the grass is quite bad. And that's the part that I'm just creating, planning to open later, because I was missing a few parts already in this town. The idea of the game is having a few towns. This is the first one that you are just starting the game, and I was just planning kind of teleport between towns, let's say here. But the last time I was just checking for I will be, let me see, well, maybe half an hour more or 1 hour even, because I don't have a problem with the time. I was streaming today because I have different time for streaming. My schedule is just in the morning. I don't know where are you from, but this is evening here. And I'm trying to do 2 sessions from now, so I will be today at this time, maybe for half an hour or 1 hour more. But I will be also tomorrow, and every single day will be in the morning and evenings also. So it is just better for you any other time. That's fine. So the idea is just having a few towns, and you are just playing. And I was thinking to teleport between towns to have also better performance, but I was just checking about forest areas, and this is working fine for performance. So I will try to connect all of them so you can really walk from one town to another town, even just being close, like 500 meters or things like that. You don't really need to be so realistic simulator that you need to take 2 days walking to the next town, you know. So I'm just completing a few things. One of the things that I'm missing in this town is this area for the manor house. I need to have also pasture here, and maybe communal farms, and also I'm missing the blacksmith. I had the bakehouse, the watermill, but I don't have blacksmith yet. And here I need to create a few buildings. One of them is the one for cows. Another one will be a granary. This is for testing. The house is also for testing, that reusing one that I have already. And a small chapel that I need to create, and then close everything with this fences and creating vegetation, trees and things like that. So the first thing that I'm doing right now is the first, let's say, custom building, and it's this one. So I'm modeling. I know that it will take a few days or maybe a couple of weeks doing all the buildings and everything, but I enjoy just streaming all of them. For example, the chart was quite complex because I have also some gameplay there, so and some interaction with them, and you can go to the tower and the bell ringing, playing, and it was taking maybe 1 week. I was doing all the streamings, and for example, during the time I'm doing that, if people is just following how are we creating this one, how I'm creating all this area, I will maybe working another part out of the camera and coming here only for streaming. So in the end, you have all the videos on YouTube and you can see all the series for everything, or for some areas you want to see how it was doing. So yeah, now I'm doing the first building. So I was starting this morning just sculpting a bit of terrain, and I have started this afternoon already with the buildings. So far from being finished, but bit a bit we will I will just finish everything. Next thing that we need to do is let's duplicate this and rotate E. And we need to create something smaller, otherwise it's just not matching exactly with the oops. And then this one, F, normal, face, global. And I was thinking maybe having one here, or maybe here. Nah, I will create some of them this. And 0. It will be duplicate, but I don't care, because after that, when I'm just merging them, applying this modifier, I will use this remove doubles. That's all. And this one will be a bit bigger. And just for the top, I'm using here like a plane for them. So just add here plane. Well, sorry, because I can add here plane and just use this one, matching all of them. Like that. Oops. I have only one face, of course. Scale X. Because I'm not just in the middle. Okay. And now we need to move this to the end. And the last thing that we need to do is make sure that the face, the normal map is going, the normal face is going on the right direction, but seems to me that not exactly. So just flip direction, and now it's fine. Unwrapping. Take this also. Let's see how it's going. because we are not so far to finish the roof. Ay. Just processing takes really long for that. Okay. Supposed to be that you are here, so you're just watching this. Okay, first thing that I see is that we need to rotate this one. It's not being matching with the good direction. And seems to me that we have a lot of them. I mean, we can remove maybe half of them. There are a lot of them. That's good that we have this modifier, array modifier. But I think I will remove a few of them since really too much. Also, this one is wrong. It is too much. So this one, the array, let's take 4, and for that I don't remember, minus 1.5 for, yeah, minus 0.5. That could be fine, but I would like to have something more symmetric for that. Okay, looks better. Then things that I need to do is exactly this, the big one, and also the big one need to be rotated to this direction. Try import. Oh yeah, I would like to have maybe a window here, someplace for windows. This just on this area. Come on. Okay. I think it looks better. Just too much was too much. Now it's more or less fine. Even we can remove one of them, so it's like really, yeah, we can try to remove and then just keep this one in the middle. So I will remove even one of them, so 4 but 3, which means of course paying -2. Yeah. Oh. Can you see how long it takes just for importing? Now it's much better. It was really full of them, plenty of them. This is also working well. This one is also having the right direction. So more or less, well, we are missing here this small one, and also here because we could just duplicate this. So we need to make bigger. I think it's inside because from outside you can see that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in fact we need to move everything here. Otherwise this is not realistic, this small part. And I was thinking that maybe I could add here also wood, or stones. That's something that I would like to I don't know, maybe good, which is not good about playing, for example, when it's just raining or things like that should be bad. So for that reason they were using stone in the first row, but yeah, maybe I will just take something. Okay, we need to think also about the window. I would like to have any window and not everything closed. So this one. Also this face and this face. Let this one. Just duplicate and go to the ROM. Also to be sure that we are just matching with the frame. And the last thing that I'm doing is just deleting all of them because we don't need those faces really. You cannot see. This is not a lot, but I would like not to add more faces that are not really needed. Just kind of performance. And also we have the same problem here, for example in this part, that those faces you cannot see them at all. And even this one, I'm not sure about this. Well, I will just leave just in case. But this one of course no, because I'm just planning to have here the roof all thing. Like for example here using this plane only because it's almost impossible to be from the top. And I will have also the roof here. And I think that even this, all those faces on the top are not needed also. And this one, yeah, just trying to be, yeah, if I put here the roof, I can remove all of them. So the thing is, I would like to have here maybe a window. So what I can do is I was thinking I need to create something with the walls that is maybe just being bigger here. I will see later. We said this, we need to modify. So this, moving inside. And we cannot see yet, so we need to even move. And I'm afraid that we are losing here, no? Okay, and this is not enough here, so we need to move anyway. Now it's fine. Really? Do you need to just run out of the building or things like that? That's crazy. About models, that's fine. Don't worry about this. I'm just creating the models, a lot of them. But if you want to, I don't know, work in some games with some people or something, I can just talk with some people that are looking for someone helping modeling. I mean, it's nothing that they can just pay or things like that. But there are a lot of people that are looking for modelers, and of course you can just join them for something simple. Most of them are just low poly. I'm not expecting to, of course, spend a lot of time. But yeah, you can just join some people if you want. I can just talk with them if you want to join them. I mean, if you are looking for, I don't know, take some experience with games or just for 3D. Mine is fine. It's just like the building, as you see, that takes a bit of time. A lot of them a lot of buildings, and yeah, it takes really long. And the game, as people is just asking me, where are you planning to release the game? It will be, I don't know, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, or we'll see, because on this time a lot of things can happen. So what I did this time, I was just fixing also the doors. Oops, still not enough. I see. I see. The problem is that the curve of them is maybe too much. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so this is one of the things that we need to fix, and we are missing here, of course, the door. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's here. That's a good idea to have this. Now let me read yours. Here the chat. Okay, no problem. I understand what you say. Like, yeah, I understand that people try to just help and not having like a huge task to finish the game, but that's fine. Thank you. I'm not just really not being worried about the time spending on it, and well, I'm not stupid like people. I don't care about the time I'm taking. So my game will have 1000 creature, 64 kilometers square for the map. No, like this. You know, this is single player, small town, and things like that. Because I would like to finish someday, but yeah, not planning to be or worry about the time being there. Just I was asking because there are some people that they're really looking for someone, or they don't have even people modeling and they don't have any knowledge about modeling. So that's good. Just join each other, so you can maybe learn, I don't know, about programming or blueprints, things like that. Or for example, even for Unity, and there are other people that are modeling. Another one maybe say making the music and so on. You know, so that's fine. Just meeting with people and learning all together. But for my game, that's fine. It's not about paying in the credits or just paying or things like that. I don't have any budget, so I'm doing everything. When I mean everything, it's everything. So you see, for example, the flowers, vegetation, the trees. I was doing manually all of them. So everything that you see here, I was really doing manually. For example, the terrain, I was creating manually. I don't have this wall matching. I don't have substance panel. I don't have speed tree. I cannot pay any of the things, you know. So I'm doing everything manually. That's why they are not looking so nice. Yeah, I could do that. I can just release the game and then change the textures, but exactly the same game with same mechanics like Call of Duty, and I can do like maybe 4 times and nobody notice, you know. They changed out the texture, and this is exactly the same game, but okay, people just buying exactly the same game with different textures. Yeah. I was thinking that was a bug, so I should just remove this one, but then I think that this is not so bad. Not sure. Nah, I think I will remove, because it should be easier for I don't know, for the code just to cross there. So yeah, so just cut this. So first thing, just fixing the doors. Finally, I hope this city problem is just finishing. So I will do like that, and I hope it's just fixing the problem. Forever. And for that, it's good that we have few cuts, so we can do like that. I will add a new one, and then take this and a new one, and just cut him. At the moment I'm doing, and I will be doing for at least 1 month, I know, so I will be streaming every single day for a month already. And after that, I really don't know, because maybe I will move from another country or just looking for a job, and maybe will stop for some time streaming. I don't know, maybe I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, things like that. So I'm not leaving the project, and that's good that the project is in a stage that's already not finished, of course. But I mean, I did a lot of work already, and I'm not afraid that I'm not finishing anymore, you know, leaving it. I'm not leaving it, but yeah, I will maybe leave for a few time after this month. So at the moment I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, but I don't know how long it will be. So that's also I'm not planning to do, or maybe I don't know, joining people or things like that. So not planning to do. Okay. Oops. I see if we are missing the face on the button. Need to remove this. Or yeah, the opposite one. Otherwise we will have those small faces along, and I don't want this. Never use Unity, but I understand that it's just a mistake, because I don't use Unity. I don't know how to use Unity. This is Unreal Engine, but I understand it's just the chat. And I was studying computer engineering, computer science, but I was doing for many years ago, because I'm just programmer. So yeah, I was doing many years ago, and I was also doing for Android. I was just coding different languages like Java, C++, many of them. So the thing is, oops. Oh, thank you for the follow. Sorry, but I have problem today with the Streamlabs, and I don't have the overlay working for some reason. I don't know why, but it's not working, so you don't have the notification for the follow. But thank you. And about Blender, I was just, I don't know, interested on 3D, so I was doing like usual, like a few boxes, houses, and maybe the first car. Oh, finally you have there. Yes, your zombie. Okay, I was thinking it's not working because another guy was just following, and I didn't have this notification, but you have already. On Blender, I was just, I don't know, interested on 3D, so I was just trying and then living, trying again, learning, watching some tutorials, and then just practicing, and yeah, in the end that's fine. Yeah, sometimes also it's so loud. Sometimes fine. Even I didn't notice that you have a notification there, and I need to read the chat. And sometimes so loud. I don't know. Maybe when I'm just so focused on something, and then that one is just the sound there. I really don't know. And this one. So just for Blender, I was just, I don't know, practicing. And about Unreal, just I wanted to, yeah, to create a second game. The first thing I was doing on CryEngine, and the second one I wanted to have more tools, more plugins, more things like that, and also good to have more experience on any other engine. So that's why I was just learning another one. And this one needs to be 0 on Zetam. Of course, smaller here, and should be everything smaller to match with this. Well, I don't care about this. I think I will just paint, you know, hiding with the roof. And then duplicate. Oops. What I can do is just E minus this is. Okay. Yeah, we have I have the sound of the game, the sound of the desktop. I have the sound of the music, the sound of the microphone, and maybe the sound thing are not well adjusted all together. So another one here. Well, we are missing also the one of the button. So duplicate, and this is going here. And we can remove the back faces. Okay. Why is selecting? If I want to select only this one, why is selecting the one on the top? Okay, and let's try again. Because I have this face here. So I need to. Okay. What about this? Okay, so it's fine. So we have more or less all the structure that we have with the wooden structure around. Even the roof is not finished, but more or less that's all the good that we need. And now we need to extend about of the walls here, but I would like to have windows here. I didn't think about this yet, how to create this. So the first thing I'm just creating here, cut, and also another cut here, and same here. Hello, is it not giving? Because I have already the. Okay, and then just increase this, and then wood, another one. Okay, I will think about the wall later. And we need to create also the proxies that we have here, only one. So duplicate and E, so E minus okay. Creating the process is a bit boring, tedious, but at the moment it's fine. You don't have a lot of walls here. I have problem with the run always because I don't have much, and sometimes after a few times this is really going really slow, and to solve this one I need to restart the Unreal Engine, the editor, but it takes really long, and I'm never doing during the streaming. And you have the wall here. We are only missing the roof, well, on some decoration inside, because I would like to have some, I don't know, some compartment for the animals. And of course we need to create the doors here. We need to add also all the decals. that they are creating something really nice. Otherwise it's just so simple. So we are missing, of course, the roof and kind of wall. Let's try to add, what is time already? 2 hours? Okay, not sure. Because I don't want to create also really long videos, like people there like 8 hours, things like that. Crazy. So I try to do all my videos like 2 hours, and this is already 2 hours, so yeah, I think maybe I will stop here and I will continue tomorrow in the morning. You are already follower, so you will have a notification when I'm being streaming. You are from Spain, I will be around 12 to 2, I hope that I can be on time, and I will be also in the afternoon again. And I will continue with this one, so you are afraid that I'm just coming here tomorrow and everything have been finished. I will not touch this part, or maybe just adding, for example, the proxies, that is something boring, things like that. And I will continue with this area, with all the buildings. I will try to do all of them on during the streaming, so I will be working, I don't know, any other part, maybe creating loads or things like that. But I will not continue with this area. I would like to have all this area on streaming and create everything here. So maybe, for example, I can just continue with doing this fence all around, which is really boring and takes time and there's nothing to learn there. So it could be something like that. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Gracias R3D Santar. Espero que hayas aprendido algo, que hayas visto alguna cosa que te guste. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for joining me, and hope to see you the next time. Have a nice evening, afternoon, good night, buenas noches. Bye bye.